What's good, everybody? Today, we're going to be talking about complex fractions. And in this video, I'm going to show you guys how to solve complex fractions when we don't have common denominators. So when we look at this first problem, guys, we notice that the denominators are not the same in the fractions. So before we start, let's actually rewrite this so that we can see it better or easier, I should say. So in this problem, we don't have common denominator. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to find the lowest common denominator, which is just x. And once I multiply everything by x, what happens is the fractions are going to cancel out. So what we'll be left with once we distribute is 2x minus 2 divided by 3x minus 1. Okay, so at this part here, remember we're dividing a fraction by a fraction. So now we have 2x minus 2 divided by 3x minus 1. Now, typically right here, students are going to think that they're done. And even though there's nothing for us to divide, we do need to see if we could simplify the top. And we can do so by pulling a greatest common factor of 2. So once we do, our final answer should be 2, and then in parentheses, x minus 1 divided by 3x minus 1. So we're going on to problem number 2 now, but before I go on, if you've enjoyed this video so far, we're going to ask that you smash the like button for us. We're really trying to get more people to see our video. So in problem number 2, guys, we don't have common denominators, but it's a trick. So remember that we always want to try to factor, right? Every time we look at complex fractions, try to factor. So once we break this down, we have 3 over x plus 2 times x minus 2 divided by 6 over x plus 2. Now, if you don't want to use a similar route like what we did in problem number 1, right, where we try to find the lowest common denominator or get rid of the fractions, there's another way for us to do that. And what we could do is actually multiply by the reciprocal. So what does that mean? So we're going to move this problem here and we're going to flip it. So this is what I mean. We change our division sign into multiplication, and then we're going to take 6 and bring it to the denominator, x plus 2 to the top in the numerator. Now, once we do this, we don't have to worry about multiplying and trying to find common denominators, common multiples. So now we cross cancel x plus 2, and now once we simplify this problem, we are going to get 3 divided by 6 times x minus 2. But before you guys go, let me just show you something very important and a very special trick that may get you on your next test. So just make sure that you expand this. So we have 3 divided by, and once we distribute, we'll have 6x minus 12. Now, this is one version of the answer. But let's say they expanded it and then they reduced the fraction, meaning they divided everything by 3. Just know that this would also be an answer. So this is why it's so important, guys, for us to simplify, for us to factor, because when you look at all 3 of these answers, these are all the same answers, just written in a different form. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. We're asking that you smash the like button for us and join us next time when we talk about more topics in Algebra 1. Thank you guys for joining me.